Mark Wood, coming to us live from Great Britain thanks to Skype.
Good morning, Mark. I'm Sam.
Very good morning, Sam.
And I'm Lapina. It's a pleasure to have you on our morning news program.
It's wonderful to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me to your school at last. It's a real privilege from the UK.
We have a few questions about your last expedition to Mount Everest. How do you prepare to climb Mount Everest?
How do I prepare for Mount Everest? Well, being the highest mountain in the world, the problem that you have with Everest is the altitude, really. So you're heading up to probably about 2 or 3 miles above the clouds. So when you do that, the body starves of oxygen. So it's very difficult to prepare. But what I do in the UK is I train a lot around parks and carry heavy rucksacks and climb mountains around the UK. So I try and get myself physically ready and also mentally ready as well.
What were the temperature extremes, the coldest and the warmest?
The warmest probably was plus probably 20, 25, very, very warm at Camp 2 because it's enclosed by the mountain, so the heat is very, very intense, and we were actually sitting in our tents in shorts, just wearing shorts, really, really hot. And then as we moved up to 8,000 meters and I came out of my tent to ascend Everest that evening, the temperature was minus 45 with a wind chill. Now in the UK the freezers at home are measured at minus 18, so minus 45 is pretty cold. So yeah, that's the warmest and the coldest.
How windy did it get?
How windy did it get, did you say? Well, at the same area as minus 45 with a wind chill, it was unreported, but it was a side wind of 50 miles an hour. So we had 50 miles an hour, minus 45 temperatures, climbing Everest itself that evening. A few people passed away that evening on the mountain because it was so intense. But our team was trying to push through the blizzard that we were heading through the darkness as well. So it's a very intense part of the expedition.
What was the hardest part of climbing Mount Everest?
You know, the hardest part of climbing Mount Everest is the altitude. So it's the section as you head further up. Literally, to move 10 meters will probably take you about 20 minutes. So it's your body is not functioning correctly. You're using 30% of your body's oxygen. Your blood turns to almost like thick soup, so it's not moving around your body correctly. So your brain and your body is dying basically. So your body needs to function within those temperatures and that great height. So it's very intense. It's incredibly intense. So actually coping with the altitude was hard.
What is your favorite dehydrated meal?
Favorite dehydrated meal is the New York Club sandwich. No, it's not. I'm joking. It's I think we've got a food over here. I don't know if you have. Do you have shepherd's pie in the States? Shepherd's pie. It's a mixture of mince and vegetables and also potato and cheese. It's beautiful, and you just mix that all together. And when you're working in these horrendous conditions, then it's beautiful. It's beautiful food. And I just add cheese into it and loads of other things. So yeah, that's my shepherd's pie. You should Google it. It's the future. And we're going to do an attempt from the Canadian coastline to the geographic North Pole. A journey of over 50 days across unstable sea ice. And we're going to link in other explorers and scientists and climate specialists from around the world to actually narrate the journey as we go to different schools. So we can definitely add you into those schools, and hopefully we can use great explorers to link in with you. So it doesn't end here. I just want to announce it to your school that it doesn't stop here. The journey continues, and you guys were welcome to come along via Skype but also maybe one day you can put a rucksack on and actually join me on the ground as well. And from what I've experienced from the spirit of your school, I'm more than happy to bring you along. If you bring a New York club sandwich with you, okay?
Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to Skype with us.
Sorry, say again?
Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to Skype with us.
But it's important for me to link with you guys, so thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I've really enjoyed the journey.
We look forward to following more of your adventures.
You're definitely on the team now, so that's good news.